back with another Jurgen gameplay, solo 5-star insane. What we're going to be doing today again is going through Vestige. That's the 4th mission down on the campaign, so I'm just going through them slowly. Again, Jurgen is the strongest solo because of his satchel charge and his mask scent. The weapons are still carbine rifle with resourcefulness, explosive rounds, lead poisoning, and your SMG with holster helper and weakness exploitation. The extended mag is your own choice. Back in previously, insane, not insane. Vestige used to be the mission that you would have to run if you wanted to just get in and out of missions quickly, because they didn't have expedition mode. So this one I have run quite a fair few times, because it used to be the main one that you would do for any of the weekly challenges, any of the speed running, because you could easily identify where you needed to go quickly, and so some of the speed runs for it used to be quite a lot of fun. On insane difficulty, it is a little bit more of walking, because it's just get more eggs, so it's not intuitive in that regard. There are 3 different, so before I get attacked, you have to go here, but the 3 caves are just in this spot here. The other one is just up there, and just here. So if you know where all 3 cave locations are, you can just quickly check without having to use the scanners. So it would be in that spot. So I'll take you over and give you a better look. But if it was here, this is the cave. So just in here. And gulping that flashbang is actually at 1 damage. That's what cost me on an insane run once, where I was trying to take 0 damage on a Vestige, and I took 2 flashbang damage, and was very upset that didn't count as a weekly challenge win. Okay, so we'll just keep going. As you'll see, is I won't even go to their scanner. I'll just run to the 3 different spots. That way I can at least just show them. So hopefully it's not in this next one. That way I'll have shown all 3. All 3 possible cave locations, that is. Oh no, it is here. No. So here is where the cave will be. I'll run to the other one and then I'll come back. So the cave is in this spot. So there'll be, I should probably put the camp down so you can see. For reference point, the camp is just here. I'll run to the, after I've done this, I'll run to the last cave location. Seeing as that makes more sense than running there and then running back. Because I will still need to be chasing the 5-star points. For the Vestige mission in itself, if it's on normal, I think it's only 4 eggs, and even on hard, I think it's only 4 eggs. So the aim is you come in and you get the eggs. The Rex spawns from around here, and I typically want to remove it beforehand. That shouldn't have hit me there, but that's right. And so you can just well, basically cheese the Rex as Jurgen, or as any of them really. You can stun lock him pretty hard. But you don't really want to be fighting the Rex and the other dinos. That's why you come to the to the Rex early, and then that way you can, yeah, you can just avoid having to worry about the other dinos and the Rex at the same time, and then it just becomes a running simulator. Yeah, so if you catch the Rex at their, not at their spawn, but from where they're walking out, so I suppose that's their spawn. I don't think I've ever seen a Rex coming up out of the ground, so it then does make the rest of this a lot easier, because you're just running backwards, forwards, past dinos, as you don't have to hit them. Typically you can just run past these lots of dinos now. Should probably, yeah. So again, I am hoping that they eventually change some of the Rex and make it so that you can't, I don't know how you would have to code that, so that he can't be so easily cheesed. Like, I know they have made changes to him in the past, or to her, technically. If it's protecting eggs, I feel like it's probably a female Rex. That would be safe to assume its gender, I hope. Yeah, if you're ever needing the materials, make sure you grab them. They do stay up a lot longer now. Used to be only 5 to 10 seconds, give or take. But yeah, the rest of this mission on Insane is just, not farming simulator, but, oh, hello. Well, it is, kind of. Chicken farming, where you're collecting eggs. So it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. There'll be a few dinos that spawn, but if you remove the Rex beforehand, you typically won't have as many spawning in. That's why even if you're in a team, you're best to run in each with a carrier, remove the Rex, and then collect the eggs. Again, that's if you're wanting to play efficiently without, I suppose it might not be more fun for some people, but that's, yeah, if you're after speed, or if you're after just in and out of missions, then that would be what I would recommend. And here you can just run straight past dinos without too many issues. Then when you need to, turn and kill, and then go back. I should probably heal. I'll probably heal on my way through. You shouldn't do what I'm doing, where I'm just walking and trying to heal through dinos. That's bad. If you were fighting multiple anyway, there were only the two, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal in that situation. But typically when you heal, you want to be jumping backwards. Or jumping. Doesn't necessarily have to be backwards. No. So the whole mission's done really quickly. And then that's why it used to be the mission to speedrun. Or to do as an expedition mode. Because you could do it quickly and then you could go exploring. Like what expedition lets you do. So that was our budget expedition mode. So now what I've got to do though is get myself to 5-star. The quickest way would probably be extraction farming, but I'm not going to do that for a video because it's boring. I know that I have been doing that for speedruns lately, and I find it boring to complete, so I imagine it is boring to probably watch. So I might do a video of a speedrun of how that looks, or speedrunning 5-star. But not until I've done all of the missions and put all of the mission ones out. Which should be done today, hopefully. I've only got 2 more after this. I'm just going to film all of them and then try and put them all together. But yeah, if you are after 5 stars, you want to probably run around to the red zones and go to the objectives that are going to give lots of points. So some of the objectives that are going to give lots of points are the one I just did then, the infestation hollows. It's a 130 point task, because it's 10 points for each holo and 80 points at the end. You also, if you're doing it, you run to these easy ones, so it's an easy 28. Because the infestation was there, I know that this dropship is coming up, and this dropship could have had a black box down there, but you can see that it's not there. It can also be up the top, which is where it is, or it can be, or it could have been, is down in that spot there. So there's only 3 different spots that the black box can be depending on its location. So knowing that information is really useful in speed running. Which there is a map that Restrained Raptors put together, which has the information I found for him, with the fact that each of the which spawn locations are related to which, so you can just trial and error, or even most of the time see the majority of the locations from one another, and so you can make a judgment on as to where you need to run from that. Again, that's depending on if you're trying to min-max. As I've played this game so much now, there's the only thing left for me to really do is min-maxing. So as we go through, we're just trying to chase the 5 stars. I'm not running in a great... I'm not running directly to each of the objectives like I should be, like an easy to follow way, but I didn't have a plan. Typically, if you want to do this quicker, you need to have a rough idea of where you're going to run, so mapping it out just roughly. Okay, I'm going to run to this spot next. What's there that I could potentially get? Well, we got him down. Sliding down small cliffs lets you go back to running quicker than jumping down. Just marginal. Like, it's marginal changes. There's always going to be a watcher just in this part here, just there. Oh, you want to try and actually hit beforehand, and then there will be a Styratosaurus as well. These are ones that are always in certain locations, and if you know that they're bound to be there, you're better off just to remove them early. Especially things like watchers. And again, the jump back before I got hit is you hear the static and you just move. I believe that wouldn't be the case if you are hard of hearing, which I did see on Discord, someone saying that the Amir passive was really helpful for them, which I think's cool, seeing as I just saw Amir's passive as being have ears, and I didn't consider that to be an issue that someone could have, but I suppose that does make sense. So hearing the little static noise that they make might not work for everyone. But then it was suggested that that becomes just a feature as opposed to his passive, and that I could agree with as well. That you would be better off to to have that as similar to like a colorblind mode and things like that. Alright, there's going to be equipment here. Yeah, I'm not going to... If you're never running back to something, you might as well take the equipment after you heal yourself. Pro tip, heal yourself before you grab the equipment, and make sure that it's actually taken from your spot. Because I've done it before where I click it and then I just automatically... I start healing and then it hasn't counted. As in, I'll press heal and then I'll grab it and then it wasn't ready. Oh, there we go. No, the reason this one here, this black box was here, is because the black box will be there, the ship, so it can be either here up there, or it could have been just down here. Again, knowing all three locations that they could spawn at is a very helpful for completing the game fast. It probably doesn't help the average person who's just trying to play the game, but for min-maxing, very helpful. Now there will be a fair few Ankies, there's 2 I just saw, but I want to remove the watchers that are always in their locations first. Right, now worry about these 2 Anki. Alright, now we're just gonna wait because we've got the mines that are gonna help me out. Okay, if you don't want to waste any more grenades, you can always pop him. I don't even need to worry. That's all good. If you were only after the Vestige mission, that would have been, you would have been probably fine to tune out at about 5 minutes in, because this last fight is just making sure I get to the 5-star. I don't like to not play without getting 5-star. There's nothing left for me to. There's no reason not to. Like, I can't get anything from the materials and things like that. Don't help me anymore. There is that an Anki I heard? Felt like I heard an Anki. Run back through, go invis. Again, if you want the easiest way to get your invis back, it is throwing the mines down, then pressing your invis. And as soon as those mines blow up, you'll have invisibility back. Thus making things a lot easier for yourself. There's also, when there is when there's the caves there's that ammo and equipment that I just went to on the ground, which will be there just, I'm gonna say every time, but I wouldn't trust me on that, seeing as the game sometimes does have some weird things that happen to it. Again, I could be running around and grabbing all the materials. I don't need to, so I don't always. Another Rex. There's always a watcher up there as well that you want to get rid of, and there should be a bull just here. And then if this Rex is here, it is here. I thought it wasn't. I just saw its legs or its tail. So it's the same thing. You make sure. I didn't swap my SMG up long enough. So you'd be swapping in between your SMG and your carbine, and then when you've got him shocked, or when you've got him shook, you can just jump in there, like so. Oh, that was a new attack. Or maybe that was just a weird way, because I was so close to him. When he does throw down the hollows, you know that he's probably close to low. And you 100% know when he's low when he sticks his head down. So like that. That's when you know he starts to heal health. And that's how you can remove him without too much issue. what's my research like? It should have been quicker to grab all the research I needed, and I should have been in and out. But rather than extract farm, this does take a little bit longer. Yeah, we might make our way over towards Voltus and we'll just do the last little bit extraction farming, and I'll show you what that would look like if you were just trying to rush 5-star. Is there no Rex down there? This Rex you can cheese if he was ever down there. Oh, now he's spawned. You can just literally take pot shots at him. So if you were struggling to get a Rex kill for a mission, you could just take pot shots from a distance. It's not very fun to do that though. Like, you'll feel pretty dirty just trying to just abusing the that mechanic. Oh well, maybe you won't. I certainly do, despite the fact that I probably do a similar thing by just going invisible on him every time he tries to attack. So maybe I'm just a hypocrite. That could be it too. Okay. If he still can knock him. I didn't think he was near me enough to do that then. That's alright. Again, there is the caves that he's spawned that you want to be removing. We want to get rid of that Anki as well. Knowing that he is behind me means you should be paying closer attention. So if that should have hit him. Whatever. There we go. Okay. We've more or less got the points we need. We're 1600, so I might just run straight through. We'll do the emergence event, because that's quick points and it's helping out the war effort, allegedly. I feel like they're going to have this emergence event at one spot no matter what, because I've already said that they interfere a little bit with it, so that we could never actually totally lose. But there we go. Remove all of that and just keep going. We'll heal before we go to the event, only because, well, they are hard. They're just not as hard as they were back in December. They when they first introduced these, they would literally two-shot you, and that was before they had the difficulty where it's at now. So it's interesting that that was a design choice that they went with, is to make it so that they're a little bit weaker. Yeah, I might even when I make this video just put a little disclaimer: turn off after you've seen. Oh, I never went back to the other cave, did I? Ah, well. Too bad, so sad, I forgot. That's it, throw the baby out with the bathwater. He forgot to do something. That's okay. So what we're just going to do now is go to the extraction site. We might still just go to the easy one, because I'll essentially be at the correct points by the time I get there, if I do a few of these activities along the way. Or objectives, not activities. Not there. Okay. That black box could have been in that top location. It could also be up there, but you can't see any smoke, so it should mean in theory that it's just around the back of this this extraction point, hopefully, to make me not a liar. No, so it must have been up there. Oh no, yeah, I can see the flames now. That's my bad. So that black box has again only 3 possible locations that it could have been, and seeing as I ran to ran to 2 of them and that wasn't at either of those, it's going to have to be in its 3rd possible spot, which is up here. So for that, this one, it's up here, it's back there, or it's on here. Again, I got knocked, didn't I? Pretty sure I got flung, that's why I was back so far. Yeah, that's just useful to note. Again, I am at 2100, so we'll just run straight up to the easy point. No sense making the game harder for yourself than you have to, which is a lot of the reason why I'll typically only use the carbine, because there's no sense using another gun that is subpar. I don't know what people should be using with Jack and Rosie. I like minigun, I don't like rocket launcher, I like machine gun as well, but I have been told that rocket launcher is probably the strongest on them. But I personally, when I try to use rocket launcher, I have not loved it. I also don't love the kits of any of the other heroes either, because I think Jurgen has the strongest kit, at least for solo play, and more, someone did say in the Discord selfish play, and I'd have a tendency to agree. His kit is more based around keeping yourself alive rather than anyone else, but that's okay. As long as there's one person alive, the mission is still winning. And if that one person is killing everything, is that not just as helpful? I would argue that it is, but I could definitely see how some might think that Jurgen is a selfish hero to play. Especially depending on how you play him. If you play him just to run around and kill everything yourself without worrying about where your team is, which is what I have a tendency to do if I play multiplayer, because I've played so much solo, I don't pay enough attention to what other people are doing. So I can definitely see the see some frustration for some people with that. Yeah, that is 5-star, very slow 5-star. 5-star with Vestige. That could have been done much quicker. I'll probably put a little thing, stop watching after this point if you want. Want just the Vestige mission by itself. But you need to make these videos a little bit long, that's how you get gameplay. So we'll see what we ended up scoring at the end, and then I'll get stuck into making the next one. Nothing exciting. Yeah, so 27, still not too bad, but I had to kill a fair few Rexes in that one, so 50,000 Rexes. But yeah, again, happy dino hunting.